Hey, what's up, people? I'd like for you guys to see this video here. It's about 5 minutes long, but it's very eye-opening. Let's check it out.
Doctor, you hit on the third leading cause of death in the United States, and I'm sure most of us could figure it's either heart-related or cancer or diabetes, things like that. Can you clue us into what that is and why?
Okay, and thank you for asking that, because this is the 10,000-pound gorilla in the room that nobody's talking about. The third leading cause of death, as published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, is MD-directed treatments. This means you go to a medical doctor, an MD, he gives you a treatment and you die from it. According to the United States Department of Health and Human Services, 15,000 Medicare patients a month are killed by MD treatment, and nobody goes to jail. A handful of terrorists fly 2 planes into the Twin Towers. 3,500 people die and we go to war. But 15,000 people a month are killed by medical doctor treatments, and we don't bat an eyelash. This is because we have been, I don't want to say brainwashed, that's not the correct term, but we have been, for the last 100 years, kind of led into this false belief. I think it was Marcus Welby that started it, that the medical doctor is king and knows everything about everything. And really, you need to just shut up and follow your medical doctor's advice. Most people in the United States have no idea at all of the history of the evolution of medicine in the United States. In the early 1900s, it was a relatively level playing field between the chiropractors, the osteopaths, the homeopaths, and the MDs. In 1915, 1920, there was something called the Flexner Report. The Carnegie Corporation funded this man named Abraham Flexner. He went all around the country, and he went on stagecoach and train and horseback. This was before the interstate highway system, right? Took Flexner 5 years to do this. He went all around the country and did an inventory of all of the medical schools that prescribed drugs. He brought the list back to the Carnegies, who owned drug companies, and then the Carnegies and the Rockefellers gave millions of dollars of free money to the medical schools and hospitals in the United States that were prescribing drugs. That was the beginning of the end. After the Flexner Report, there was no more level playing field in the United States. And the MDs started a juggernaut that's taken off. Most people in the United States think that the predominant medicine here, MD-directed pharmaceutical medicine, we think that those guys are top dog because their therapeutics are better than the homeopaths or the naturopaths or the chiropractors. It's not. They're in the driver's seat because of political and financial coalitions that were built at the turn of the century that most people have no idea of at all. And it's a gigantic problem. And I mean, it's crazy, right? It's the third leading cause of death. And yet, when the government makes noise about messing with people's insurance, everybody freaks out. Mm-hmm. And that's a whole other thing to talk about, isn't it? Because what is medical insurance? When you buy medical insurance, what are you doing? You're betting that you're going to get so sick you will not be able to afford it. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
Right. And then, so you pay good money every month to gain access to a system of medicine that's the third leading cause of death in the United States. We need our heads examined, quite frankly. That's why we give, Dr. Wallach and myself collectively, we give 400 free lectures a year. And we're building a grassroots network because people don't know this. I mean, I come to my lectures and they look at me and say, couch potatoes live longer? Medical doctors, the third leading cause of death? What's going on here? We're like the people, in Galileo's time saying, hey, everybody, it's the sun that's at the center of the solar system, not the earth. Well, hey, everybody, the earth is round, it's not flat. Or, hey, everybody, slavery's a bad thing. Right? This is we have a social agenda here. Why do we have a social agenda? Because people are suffering needlessly. You wouldn't believe, as God is my witness, you would not believe the things that I've seen people recover from in holistic medicine. It's the body's ability to fix itself is remarkable. And most of the time, all that the body needs to do that is the raw materials that it needs to do that. And we need to stop eating food that's hurting the body. You know, if you put diesel fuel in an unleaded engine, even if it's a brand new Ferrari, it's going to run like crap if it runs at all. And there's nothing wrong with the car, it just had the wrong fuel. It's the same with the human body. You give the human body the raw materials that it needs, clean up the diet, Superman, Superwoman. And you know, if you don't get the super status, then at least your blood pressure normalizes, at least your arthritis goes away, at least your anxiety and panic attacks go away, and you can sleep through the night.
Okay, there you guys have it. And there's a lot of truth to that. So it seems the holistic, doctors and Dr. Sebi, they were right. And have you guys noticed that a lot of holistic practicing doctors, including Dr. Sebi, have either been killed or missing? Because they're disrupting the pharmaceuticals' money. You see, people, we have to get back to eating right. And I'm addressing black people here. This is why I don't believe all white people are racist. That's why I never do like too much racism videos, because not all white people are racist. But I'm addressing all people. Let me not say just black people. But we have to get back to eating right. And we live in a country where pizza goes with Pepsi. You've been given this meal. And you've been told that this combination is right. It's tasty. No, it's unhealthy. Right? I'm from Jamaica. And I admit that when I came here, I wasn't eating right. Because I was seeing all this type of food. Some of them I've seen before back home in Jamaica. Some I've never seen. I've tried some of them, not all. But as I've gotten older, I tend to stick to Jamaican food. I try not to deviate like I used to when I first came here. But when I first came here, I realized that people were sick. I saw old people walking and they look like an upside down L. From their feet all the way up to their waist is vertical, but from their back to their head is horizontal, and they're walking like that. I've seen this in New York many times, also here in New Jersey. I've seen diseases and sicknesses I've never seen before in my life. Because in Jamaica, all we knew about was diabetes, flu, cold. That was pretty much it. And sugar, high blood pressure. When cholera was first introduced to Jamaica, I remember as a kid, everybody was freaking out. We didn't know what the hell that was. And now cancer is on the rise in Jamaica. We never had people dying of cancer for the last 20 years. Cancer has become a new phenomenon in Jamaica for the past 15 years now. Prostate cancer, people never used to die of that. That became new to Jamaica from the past 15 years, 14, 15 years. People were freaking out. What the hell is this? And that was happening because of the mass imports. Jamaica was importing food from America. And then I get the question, a lot of people in America, especially black Americans, will be like, why don't you go back to your country? Why are you here? Well, a lot of people come here because the American government goes into these so-called third world countries and destroy their economies through manipulation and through their armies. You strip a people of their resources. People have the need to survive, so they come to where the resources went to, which is here. just to answer that question as to why we don't go back to our countries or whatever. So people like to ask that dumb question. Because I'm pretty sure if the resources were stripped from America, you people who live here, you're gonna find other lands to go to. And a lot of you will find yourselves running to those third world countries you despise so much. But anyway, when I first came here, like I said, I saw a lot of sicknesses that I've never seen before. Because back home in Jamaica, we ate like breadfruit, bananas, pak choy, you know, different types of yams. We swallowed aloe vera. We have our soursop, sweet sop, a whole bunch of natural fruits and foods. You'll see old people in Jamaica, 90 years old, 85 years old, and they're walking very strong. They're walking up hills. You go into the rural areas of Jamaica and you'll see old people walking with baskets on the top of their heads. When I came to America, I see people at the age of 60, 65, 70 years old, and they look like they're dying. They have walkers and they look like all their teeth fell out their mouths. I've seen this here and I'm like, what is this? So this guy here is right, as a people we need, and I've slipped up, to be honest. Being in America for as long as I've been, I've slipped up and found myself eating some of the, unhealthy foods. I'm trying to get back to, I'm on that journey to getting back to eating, holistic foods and stuff. I've ordered stuff from Dr. Sebi and stuff too. So every time I get a chance to go back to Jamaica, I try to eat a lot of good food. But you guys have to start taking care of your bodies, start taking care of your mind. You take care of your mind through the foods that you eat. That's why a lot of these kids are dumbed down. And this generation here, this new generation, they're so stupid. Because what you eat affects your mind. These kids eat a lot of bullcrap. GMO foods and all of that. It affects your mind and how you think. So a lot of you guys, if you don't have a passport, I suggest you go get a passport and go to some of these third world countries that a lot of you despise and go eat some natural food. They are there. Get into the habit of taking care of your body. You heard what the guy just said. Your body takes care of itself. It repairs itself. You don't believe me? Cut yourself. It's going to take time to heal. But it takes time to heal depending on how you take care of your body. That's how you can tell if you're healthy or not. The time your body takes to heal. Now I know this video is not about ratchetness and celebrity gossip and Black China and all colorism and all of this, So people tend to not look at these videos too much unless it's about some celebrity nonsense or Monique or whatever. But this is something that is serious. Watch the video again and listen to what the guy said. All those treatments that you're getting from the doctors, it's killing people. We only have one life to live, people. Just one. We weren't given 3, nor 5, nor 9. Take care of yourselves out there. I'm out.